years ago, there were 5 gods. Each god held a different power and fought for dominance against the others. For ages, they battled amongst themselves until, near the apex of their strength, a force beyond even their own power began to slay them, one by one. When at long last the final battle was fought, the fate of the universe would be forever changed.
I don't want to jinx it because Chavican's already dead, but I think Armada's going to win. He's been putting in work.
I know if the best player wins, then that'll be Mango because he's the best player, so I want to see the best player win. Mango.
Ooh! Yeah, there it is! Oh! Yeah! You're the people's champ! Ooh,
I need to
that
be quiet.
is a...
Look at this. Look at this. It's still going.
Oh my goodness.
Grab down.
Oh,
No! He's going to grab the ledge. It's done.
Pizza King definitely. Armada, Mango, and I think H-Box. Like all the 5 gods.
Yo, did he just walk up slowly and down smash?
He did.
KP is definitely a favorite, and I feel like Armada's in a little bit of slump.
Up there. Oh, nice. Oh, he almost messed that up. Yeah. We take those.
Oh, he's dead.
Wow. Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, and he just dumpsters him. Uh-oh.
The shield stop. Oh my goodness.
But is that it?
It may be the most addictive toy in history, and it's definitely the hottest thing this Christmas. Nintendo video games. They first arrived from Japan 3 years ago, and now millions of American kids are hooked and mesmerized. When they do stop to talk, it's in a language only they understand.
For a generation of young kids growing up in the 90s, game consoles were the greatest things ever invented. Gaming itself was still in its infancy, and different companies advertised themselves in different ways. Some advertised their consoles as having the best graphics, others as having the most games. At Nintendo, it was multiplayer.
Nintendo is very famous for using their strong core franchises and characters in those franchises and creating mini games around them. When you think Mario Kart, it's a racing game with all of your favorite Nintendo characters. Mario Party is just a ton of mini games where you can play all of your favorite Mario characters. Mario Tennis is very similar. So Super Smash Bros. Is the fighting game version of this. From every different big franchise that you can think of, Donkey Kong, Mario itself, F-Zero, Legend of Zelda. You've got all of the all-stars coming together for a clash.
You get together all the Nintendo characters and they've got each their own set of moves. Knock each other off the stage, keep your opponent off the stage, take their lives. It's kind of it, and except for the mechanics of percent. Higher percent you have, the more you fly.
He had 4 players allowed, both teams and free-for-all, which is also unheard of in fighting games. So it was a really radical idea. It caught on really well though. And then Melee came out in 2001.
Rushed to be released as a launch title for the new GameCube in time for Christmas 2001, Melee had better graphics, new characters, and was every bit as fun as the original.
The most joy that I ever got out of playing Super Smash Bros. Was versus my friend Connor. He would play Link and I would play Ganondorf. And I remember like hitting him with a forward air at 170%, and he would just bounce around the whole stage, and I would crack up.
Peach was floating. Like, once I saw Peach float, I was like, oh my god, I'm 4 years old again.
I would down air him, you'd die off the top, I'd start laughing, and he would just get madder and madder.
What the heck? Stop! That's unfair!
Super Smash Bros. was meant to be a party game where you can pick a character that you like and identify with and have fun with your friends.
As the best-selling title for the new console, Melee enjoyed widespread popularity as a casual game. But in the months and years that followed, players began to discover there was more to the game than met the eye.
We actually had this thing where I would play Marth and he would play Roy, because Roy has the fire and he's cool. Connor always got the cool one, and I always got the lame one. So we would play these two characters, and it was obvious that Marth was like pretty slow and his moves were way weaker. So we went on Wikipedia and we looked up these two characters. Wikipedia said that at low levels, Marth was slow, Roy was fast, Roy was strong, Marth was weak. But at higher levels, it turns out that Marth's way faster and more powerful. And so we were sitting there thinking like, what is this level? There's another level? There was always this kind of like in the back of my mind, we're missing something, but I didn't really care because it was just a video game. And then comes college, and I was the best in my dorm. I played Ganondorf. I really think that I was the best. If you go back and ask some of the people there, maybe they would have said that I lost a couple 4-player matches, but whatever. And then I met Cactuar. I didn't even play him, but he was there, like destroying everybody, of course. I mean, at that point, he was actually like a top 20, top 50 player in the nation, probably in the world. And so there were people who played with him and knew like some amount of the advanced tech, and you know, you just walk over there and lose to literally everybody.
People always call Melee a beautiful accent. There are a couple of games that kind of fall into that category. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, another fighting game that's often cited as being so chaotic and so crazy, but like the metagame just kind of fit together beautifully. And you never know what aspects of those games were like really intentional and what weren't.
Most games take 3 years plus to make. This game took 13 months to make, and it's very well known that Sakurai and his team almost killed themselves trying to do it, right? They compressed 2 years of development into 13 months. And when I think about that, there are aspects of the game that I think there's hints that people knew about these weird little quirks, but it doesn't seem like anybody really investigated it.
The directional air dodging, if you hit the ground at an angle, you can actually slide along the ground. And that's called a wave dash if you do it right as soon as you leave the ground.
Yeah, that's actually crazy. You're sliding across the stage. Let's use Shine with Fox or Falco and immediately wave dash after it. And it's like, whoa. I can use this as a pressure tool. I could use this to combo people.
It's not there out front. You know, these aren't things you see in the manual. These things were discovered.
It doesn't give it to you. It's not going to tell you to do that. It doesn't even present the need for it. There's not a need for a jump cancel grab until you're thinking to yourself, how can I be a couple of frames faster?
These people are moving faster than you. You need to find some way to keep up. All the old tricks aren't working anymore.
As more and more people started to integrate that stuff, we realized that you pretty much do need to do that to stay competitive with everyone else.
You sit down day one, you try to do it, you screw up a lot. And you wake up the next morning and immediately you're already better at it. You can feel the muscle memory like in your hands. You're like, whoa. You feel like you leveled up. And unlike in an RPG where your character levels up, it's like you yourself leveled up, so you can really feel it, and you're like, whoa, like my hands have this new power.
It's like a secret code put there for us to figure out. It's a different game you're playing all of a sudden.
If Melee was intended to be competitive at all, then you would think that a lot of this stuff they put in on purpose. But it wasn't intended to be competitive. Was this stuff put in on purpose, or was it just a product of a great physics engine and some stuff just happened by accident that happened to be really advanced and good for competitive play? It's an enigma. Melee is just a beautiful enigma.
Slowly but surely, I would find more people who had ever so slightly more skill than me, who had more exposure to this other world, this other level. I did not know which character I wanted to play. I was playing a combination of Captain Falcon and Marth. And I created the worst thread on Smashboards. I'm so embarrassed that it exists. I'm trying to learn Marth. Have any tippers? Question mark. Yes. Ken actually popped in and told me that I sucked and that I need to learn how to Ken combo and I'll be better. Which is perfect for Ken, right? It's exactly who he is. But that was about the last that I heard from Ken. He was definitely on his way out as I got in.
Ken was a legend. He had been the game's greatest player almost from its release until that point. He had reigned as the greatest, most decorated fighter where it counted most, in the arena where competitive smashers crowned champions, tournaments.
There was these tiny, tight-knit little communities, these underground scenes that wanted recognition. They wanted people to know like how good you were at these games and kind of how pro you were.
Beginning as grassroots events, these tourneys swelled in size from local competitions of barely 20 players to massive professional events hosted by the likes of Major League Gaming and EVO, the grand championship of fighting games.
You went to a major event and you saw like the best.
Oh, people are playing video games like they think it's a sport.
But by 2007, other games had begun to grab the limelight. The old guard of top players began to fade away. Fewer players meant fewer tournaments, and the competitive scene went back into the underground, beginning a dark age. But from this darkness emerged order. For a period of time, 5 players emerged who seemed untouchable to anyone else but the other 5. For over half a decade, no one else but these players would win a major tournament. These boys were dubbed the 5 Gods.
The gods exist because they cannot be beaten by other players. And so there was a period where people of that rank did not change, about 5 years.
We had this very, very clear line in the sand. 5 people who didn't really lose to anyone but each other, almost without exception.
Mewtwo King. Mango. Armada. Hungry Box. PPMD. In the summer of 2014, all of the gods are trying to win the next big tournament. All of them, except one.
Hey guys, this article is going to be much more personal than anything I've written in a long time. I think you, the Smash community, deserve some honesty from me since I help keep the game entertaining. especially if any of you are my fans, I do not want to keep you guessing. I am writing this post to let everyone know that I have not been attending events, tweeting, or speaking in streams because I am very depressed. I do not feel ready to attend Big House 4. My next major tournament I will attend is Apex 2015 at the end of January next year. I hope to perform well at it and give both my fans and fans of Smash alike a chance to see something new. I ask for your patience on your part so we can get through this rough patch more comfortably together and really enjoy Apex 2015 as a new year in many ways. Thank you. Kevin, PPMD Nanny, September 24th, 2014.
I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I mean, August was miserable. August of 2014 was miserable. My days were get up, run, shut yourself away from everyone. This is not something I typically do, but I just like watch anime all day. And you know, I'm not really an anime person, but I was like, I just need something to kind of get lost in, and so I did that. Through August and September, I kind of found out about speed running, and I kind of started watching a lot of those. You know, when I had nothing else and I wasn't sure how to get by, I became a little more worldly, and I came to understand communities different than my own. But, you know, I certainly wasn't having a good time. I was just diving into myself and trying to be as honest as I possibly could, and whatever came, the good, the bad, I wanted to no longer be locked away where it could hurt me again. I wanted it to be out in the open where I could finally deal with it. I realized that competing was going to be too difficult for me. It was going to perhaps even disturb that process some. So I asked my sponsor, I said, you know, I understand that you need me to compete. I understand that's why I signed up. If you want me to go, I'll go. I think that's pretty reasonable, but it would do me a world of good to kind of stay out of this for a little while. And my sponsor said, all right, we'll give you that. And he said, will you go to Apex? Then I said, okay, well, I'm going to be better off, I think. By then I'll be good enough. I won't be, you know, great, but I'll be good enough to where I can go and I can compete. And if my ex is there, or if she's not, you know, whatever, I can manage it as it goes, and we'll figure it out. I am taking the long game, you know, I am a distance runner.
So we're at Big House 4, the fourth biggest tournament of all time in terms of Melee single entrants. We have 4 of the big 5 here. We have up and rising talents such as Leffen, Hax, Axe, West Bulls, and we have a slew of like 50 people that can make top 32. So the talent level here is amazing.
I like the feeling, I like the raw energy, people cheering for who they love, you know. The Apex World Circuit's coming up. A lot of the different regions have their own Apex qualifier. Those are all going to be big. There's going to be a lot of tournaments coming up.
I remember that. I was watching. I was like, yeah, you need to calm down. I still can't get over like bumping into top players in the elevator and stuff. I'm like, oh, you're real. You're just like moving around for like, oh, I want to get a better view of the stream or something, and you just like stop. Oh, this is a good spot. And there's like Mango sitting next to you. It's like, what?
What's up, Mango? What? What's up, dude? Mango is at his weakest when he comes off a really incredible win, and he doesn't feel like he has anything to prove. He just won Evo.
And we have our champion, Mango. First place here at Evolution 2014 for Super Smash Brothers!
Armada, on the other hand, has the fire in him, we know. He's trying to get that win after he got third at Evo. So, maybe Armada, but you can't count the kid out, so we'll see.
I bet Mango and Armada are going to be in Grand Finals again. Yeah. That seems to be how it's been going lately.
I think Armada's the most hungry after losing at Evo and getting third place. Probably one of his lowest performances of like all time. So I expect him to be hungry, to have a game plan for Hungrybox, and maybe he'll take the whole thing too. You can never count on Armada.
I think Hungrybox is hungry enough to win it. Although I wouldn't be surprised to see Mango or Armada take it just because they're so frickin' good.
Mewtwo King, it would be nice to see him take a national. It's been a very long time. I think he can do it as long as he just plays smart and really like plays his heart out that day. I think he can take it.
I started in 08, and in 08, Mewtwo King was the one true god. There was no 5 gods. He was known for his Marth, and he just destroyed people with Marth. Like, it just seemed like he was unbeatable.
With his Marth against a Spacey especially, it's like a bar game, essentially. I mean, he's gonna sit there and just, okay, if I, and then if I connect to the so-and-so, and then if I just, yep, that's your stock. The way he played, it just seemed like it was like playing tennis with a brick wall.
He knows so much stuff just about the movement, the techniques, the ins and outs of Melee, because he loves the game, and I do mean the game contained on the disc. Not the game between you and me, but literally Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube. He knows so much about it.
I was kind of antisocial, like I didn't know how to talk to people because I spent my whole life alone playing all the Nintendo systems. And you know, honestly, I don't really regret it. I had fun. I lived in this little dream world with Nintendo. Back when I was a little kid from 2nd grade, all I wrote in my notebook, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Police fighter, firefighter. I want to be the best at Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Nintendo 64. I just want to have fun playing games, being as good as possible.
He devised a way to calculate all the frame data for all the moves without having action replay, without having any hacks or anything slowing down the game or anything like that.
I made like stat lists for like what Mario Kart, F-Zero, Halo PC, Metroid Prime. It's just a hobby I had. I just wanted to know everything.
I remember I was at his house once and, you know, he asked me, hey, do you want to see like all the frame data stuff? He showed me like, this is how I did it. I paused and unpaused frame after frame. And, you know, I needed 2 controllers and this, that, and the other. And this is how I measured this information. It was very similar to, he showed me the maze that he created. Think about being able to put pixels in place to make a maze. Kind of that attention goes into when he's playing the game, kind of looking at what you're doing, thinking about what he can do, and kind of analyzing these options. Very meticulous the way that he plays the game, very stressful if you ask me, but that's how he likes to do it.
With Melee, there's all these teeny things. You could always like improve something. There's so many. I feel like there's no way to fully master Melee. It's just that complex of a game, and that's what its appeal is. You can always watch it and just, oh, it's something new, something different.
People used to say mind games, mind games, mind games, mind games. Oh, Ken's the best because he has the best mind games.
He's going for the combos. He's fast character, very nice technical skill.
Ken trying to stay patient here.
Mind games, getting those grabs off. He's just waiting for PC to make a move, then just grabbing him, reading him like a book.
The modern game is a lot based on what Mewtwo King started. The grab to like 0 to death. When you touch someone, what can you do to, you know, put the most damage on?
He obviously sees the game differently, and he has an obsession about perfection that other people can't quite do.
Now it's scary because we didn't know that. We were all feel-based, like we just played the game how we felt like playing it.
He'll do a combo and it's just... Okay, well, what do I do? You know, and it's just, it works because he knows everything.
At that time, Mewtwo King started to win everything. Every tournament you went to, the question was who will get second.
we were actually considering like just not playing the game anymore because like this guy, like, he's going to be perfect.
For knowing that there was a future in this game, for knowing that you didn't have to be a robot, that hope was not really there. It was very dim. This period lasted for a good year or two, and then came Pound 3.
Oh my goodness.
Are we about to get the JV you won't?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think he might. I think he might. Okay, got it. All right. He falls.
He just gives it.
Jeez.
Yeah. And DJ
Spacey Slayer, man.
Yeah.
Whoa, so we just started this match. What just happened?
Playing Armada is really hard. I'm kind of not sure what you're supposed to do. But that nair really... Wow. Oh! Zach's smiling. I feel like Zach knows he got just got outplayed.
Mark Falcon. Mango's in All-Star mode, dude.
Yeah, that's right.
That was a bad roll.
You know what I think? Oh, that's going to be it.
Living. But 117, it looks like, oh, that's going to be it. No way you can survive that forward smash. He overcommitted. He overcommitted.
Yeah.
Oh.
There he is. Game 5.
Wait a minute. Hax wants it.
That's the worst place to go. Worst place to go. Oh, no handshake.
He's mad, dude.
No
Give him put the camera on him.
The salt can.
He's mad.
Yeah.
The skill gaps in Melee are for sure exponential. It does not look linear. It's like you start at 1, and then the tournament players are 100. You need to get substantially better. A mid-level tournament player might be 1,000, so you need to get way, way, way better. And these are people who, you know, when you compare them to the top 5, those people are like 1 million.
The fact that they have that status where they're that much better than every other player, the only players they technically have to worry about is each other.
The winner's side of top 8 at Big House 4, Mango versus Mewtwo King.
What happened to Captain Falcon?
Dude, Mango was in the room practicing with Lucky and said, I'm going to win, Scar.
All right.
I'm tired of this story where I lose Big House. I want to win.
Mango is just kind of like this wild child. He'll do what feels right at the time. When he's playing, he's just all about the crowd, all about the hype, and then just doing what he wants, just crazy things left and right.
It's like Mango just took like 8 cans of energy drinks and was just like, let's go, we're gonna get it done, we're gonna win. Like that's him.
Mango is kind of the antithesis of M2K, where he plays 100% by instinct. He plays by feel. He just does what he feels is right in every situation, versus trying to break the game down into a bunch of specific scenarios that you have a set response to every time.
Definitely. I like it.
Oh
my goodness, Mango.
What was that combo?
Stone face catches him out of the double jump, and Mewtwo King is dead.
A lot of Mango's play doesn't make sense. It's very unorthodox.
Mewtwo King hanging out at the ledge.
Wow.
Mango, no fear.
Yeah, you're not supposed to down smash there. That's not what you're supposed to do.
Mango just going for it.
Oh, whoa.
Mango, you're crazy, dude. You were insane.
Yeah.
This is top 8, bro.
Yeah, you might need to calm down.
Mango definitely gets into the opponent's head that way. M2K is just trying to push the game to where he doesn't need to be in the opponent's head.
Mewtwo King surprisingly knew that he could make it back to the stage.
Right. The needles, though. Oh, there it is. Mewtwo King evens it up yet again.
He wants to almost take the mental game out of it and just eliminate the chance of losing.
I've seen so many players just absolutely crumble when playing against him. They might try to take a second, take a breath to try to control the pace, but by that point, he's already in your face, he's applying pressure.
Barely misses the needles, and he's just gonna shield.
Yeah.
A clean punish.
But sometimes his aggression can go too far. When top players find spots where they can camp him, Mango can get impatient and start to take big risks, which of course will lead to losing his stock immediately.
Oh, good air dodge.
And he gets grabbed.
One read. Yep, that's it. No, Mango dips.
Oh my goodness, and Mewtwo King clutches it.
So good. Mewtwo King on the ledge.
Oh my God.
He's dead.
He's
yeah,
far
he
away.
Back.
Man, Mewtwo King is just out clutching him.
Yeah, it's definitely in the clutch.
In the clutch.
And we get the box out. King with amazing edge guards. He's just been so consistent every time he throws off. Not where you want to be versus King. As good as
no, and he gets slapped. But he makes it back again.
How did that?
Mewtwo King just when he's, oh my god.
Whoa! Crazy moonwalk up air. You didn't need the up air, dude. You could have back aired. But despite all of Mango's antics off stage, he is on the verge of being 3-0'd by Mewtwo King.
Yeah, he's had a lot
of...
Nice.
But wait a minute.
Oh!
Crazy. This man's nuts. Oh, and he's dead now.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And that is it.
Good stuff by Mewtwo King. So many gimps every game.
Both my best friend and his nephew would come over to my house. I was that kid that had like a huge stack of games, so it's just like, oh, what do you guys want to play today? And it was always, let's play this game or that game. And one day they saw Smash, of course, and you know, every little kid thinks they're amazing at everything. So all of us were just like, dude, I'm the best player in the world at Smash. I absolutely rocked them. So it's like, dude, you're not that good. Our friend will beat you. Like, he won a tournament at a like swap meet, and it's like, dude, I don't care. I'll beat that guy.
Joey beats my friends, destroys them. They're like, oh, our friend Mango will destroy you. Like, you got to come over. So and then they tell me, and we get all set up. It's like, oh my god, Mango versus Joey.
We got our scooters. I was ready to go all far, and literally 2 houses down, they just like stopped. He's like, all right, let me call him.
Joey just happened, by the luck of God, you know, happened to live 3 houses away from me.
They just yell Mango at the top of their lungs, and like Mango just walks out all happy. And that's how I met Mango. It was pretty much a contest of who could get better than who.
Most people are competitive, you know, you have that drive in you. Even if it's a little bit, it's there. So he's the same way, and I would always beat him, and I've always talked smack. I'm a smack talker.
I think he was better than me for a cool 2 months or so, and I was just going through character after character trying to figure out what worked. I was just like salty, you know, I was like, man, I bet I could have a better fox than him. And then a month later, I'm like, dude, my fox is so much better than yours. And he's like, no way, like, bring it. And he came over and I just whooped him.
Joey just like beats me. I was like, no, like this is not okay. And I got so mad, I acted like I didn't care. There's something about melees that even then I never liked anyone being better than me at the game. With other games I can accept it. I'm like, okay, but with Melee it's like, no, like I just want to be the best. Because the game's so special in so many ways, and I just always liked it, and I've always had this connection with it.
It was like that all the way till we went to our first tournaments. For me, just like any other player that starts off, you go to a tournament, it's in a completely different environment from playing at home. It's a lot of pressure. You want to do well, you want to play your best, you don't want to mess up this, that. And for him, it was just like, he played like he was at home. And I think that was, if anything, that was the biggest realization, the realizing he's just better than me.
EVO 2007 was the first year that it had Smash, had Melee. There were so many Melee players that they made the first few rounds best of 1 in the bracket, and M2K played Mango very early on in the bracket. Of course, we didn't know he was any good. We just, oh, this random 15-year-old kid playing Jigglypuff.
I'm 14 or 15, and this guy Mewtwo King runs the world. Mewtwo King was thought to be this unstoppable, robotic, human being, god, everything just into one, and no one can touch him. I'm a no one. I'm still like a kid who just plays Jigglypuff.
I had warned people on the East Coast about him, and PC Chris and Cactuar. Like, they were asking me, like, who's good on the West Coast? And I would always say Mango. Mango's like, he's something different. I can't tell you why he's good. I can't tell you what he's going to do to you, but you need to be careful about him.
So I beat him, and then I get third, losing to Ken and Hugs. So I'm 15, I just got third, and for third place it was $1,000. I'm like, oh my god, like I was losing it. I'm like, Mom, look, like $1,000. Like I got $1,000 for like, just like playing the game and like wanting to win. I've always just played because I love the game. And it's like the fact that I can even make this little amount, I'm like, oh, I'm in. Like, let's go. Like, let's do this.
I didn't think I would be, but somehow I pulled it out. I'm not scared to play anybody. I'll play anybody.
He was just a little innocent but kind of cocky kid, and he never took a step back. If he beat you, then he was on your level, and that was it. He would never. He was consistent. He would keep going up and up and up. He rose up the ranks pretty quickly. I'd say within 6 months, he was already one of our top 3.
However long it might take somebody anywhere else in the country to think someone is good, it's going to take us on the East Coast twice as long, especially if they're on the West Coast. Because for a long time, East Coast is where Smash lived. So if some kid from the West Coast beat metagame in a best of 1, great, awesome. Blog about it, that's great, awesome.
I remember endlessly making fun of metagame. You lost to a Jigglypuff? His name was Mango? Never heard of this guy. What is going on, Jason? You suck, dude. And he was like, no, it was a best of 1.
So people felt like, well, if it was a set, Mewtwo would have won. So people didn't buy it yet.
1 month before Mango's surprise upset of Mewtwo King at EVO 2007, Nintendo of America President Reggie Fils-Aimé took the stage at the Nintendo Media Conference at E3 to announce a release date for a long-anticipated new game. The next Smash Brothers.
It was a long time after Melee came out before the next Smash Bros. Was announced. That was Smash Bros. Brawl, and that came out in 2008.
Brawl was just kind of like this looming thing. And I say looming now only because of retrospect. It was this exciting thing. A new Smash Brothers game's coming out. There's going to be even more characters, and Melee's been out for so many years, right? We're ready for something new.
From a competitive standpoint, kind of seemed like a step back in our eyes, and Sakurai seemed to take the game in a different direction with Brawl, where he wanted to focus more on making it accessible to new players rather than making it deep and, you know, a really competitive fighter.
He slowed the game down, and in many ways he also dumbed it down. A lot of the competitive techniques were removed. People didn't take that very well, though they were so excited when Brawl was first released. The hype sort of declined, and ultimately many players went back to Melee.
In anticipation of Brawl's imminent release, the East Coast announced what was billed as the last Melee tournament to take place on February 2nd, 2008. Pound 3.
People were getting ready to quit Melee. It looked over. It's like, all right, well, we just play the next one. And people were already like giving it to Mewtwo. It's like Mewtwo won Melee. So we thought this would be our last big Melee tournament.
I believe it was the first time he flew out, which was like nuts for us. I don't think we ever thought we were going to be traveling for Smash.
Pound 3 was an amazing tournament going by the VODs and going by what it meant for Smash, but that tournament ran till 4 in the morning, and in the middle of winner's bracket, we had to unplug all of the televisions, leave the venue, walk maybe 10 minutes with like literally 6 or 7 CRTs, which were very big and heavy, and we relocated to a basement elsewhere on the campus. Mewtwo made it to winners finals as predicted. I don't really think that he had anybody meaningful in his way who didn't just get squashed. And then there was Mango, who was this little 16-year-old with like a loose, ugly, stringy mustache and a huge attitude. And I super hated this kid. I don't know what it was about him, but I hated that he was there.
There were just guys walking around who were East Coast just smack talking me during all my sets. Like literally behind me, like, oh, this guy's not that good. This guy's a fluke. And I'm like, man, this is rough.
In round 1 of pools, he actually lost to Vist, a local Luigi player. His Jigglypuff lost to Vist, and we were just like, we knew it. We knew it, man. We knew this guy was not that good. We called it. And then we go into the bracket, the top 32 bracket, he apparently loses Link Dittos to Silent Wolf.
And for him to lose the first match in a Link Ditto in the bracket, and then go straight to losers, I was upset. I was so mad at him for doing that because we went all the way out there to see him do well, and he was already messing around even back then as a little kid.
Everyone's expecting me to succeed, and it's like I gotta do good this whole time, you know? That's when it hit me that from now on I would always have this pressure on my back. That's when I realized, like, oh dang, like it's not gonna be easy from here on out now. Like now, once people have the expectations, like it's go time.
In a twist of fate separated by 6 years, a little Smash history would repeat itself.
Mango Lucky do not want hand warmers, so here they are. Oh, great DI on that forward smash. He barely went. Oh, the hard read! Something to think. Yo, that was sick! Yo, that was sick!
My goodness, Lucky. Okay, yeah. Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa!
In Melee, we love to be cool. Even our top players, even in tournament, even when there's thousands of dollars on the line, we love swagging. Oh, and the forward smash! The simple and clean finish!
People like Mango really blossom in these high pressure situations. He's good in top 8s.
And Mango finds the up air.
He's good in finals.
It's not a Mango thing.
No.
So, you know, but wait a minute. Just as I say that, Mango's saying, yo, I have tech skill too!
My goodness!
Mango as a player plays best from behind.
Oh, beautiful down tilt.
Yeah, whoa!
He plays best in the losers bracket. Losers bracket Mango, it's like put it on the big screen, like we're about to see some Melee here, boys.
Getting out of his mind.
Mango's playing amazing right now. I gotta say. Mata has a mountain to climb.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my gosh, and Mango wins 3-1.
Oh my God.
Tilt.
Oh my God.
That's brutal.
That's it.
Oh, they does it again.
Wow.
The double dump.
Exploiting the habits that people have, that they're conditioned to do, because that is what you were supposed to do and that's what used to work 9 times out of 10 until you fought him.
Wow, the moonwalk.
And then he gets away with it because he knows you better than you know yourself.
You can't just force dunk me, Mango.
Oh my God.
You can't just force dunk me, Mango.
Apparently, yes you can. Wow.
Oh, and Mango with the fanfare.
It's like the fact that it's Melee doesn't even matter. He just beat you.
Count it again, Mango.
Before I knew it, King was playing Mango in grand finals. Mango was playing Jigglypuff. Like there's no Jigglypuff was not very good at the time. I don't think that anybody really played her to much effect. King picked Marth versus Puff, which I had always heard was a very good matchup for Marth, and it looked like he could do nothing.
King has this fault. He forgets that it's a person-to-person game. And you can lose the exchange no matter what character you are.
Performance and skill don't always align. I mean, they're different skill sets. Knowing how to perform and win is not the same as being good at Melee. And I mean, Mango knows how to perform. Plain and simple, Mango performs. And King doesn't always.
Finds an up smash. Mango at such high percent, but I think it's over. Can Marth make it back? Does he have a jump? No!
Wow, and Mango...
Bracket reset!
King's problem is that, yeah, he'll do well, but if something doesn't go his way, he'll start to fall apart. And I think Mango feeds off that.
Mango's coming for losers, has to take 2 sets off Mewtwo King to win the tournament. When's the last time we saw this? Pound 3.
Probably.
It's so good.
Mango combo!
In a long, weird set, Mango ends up taking the first set from Mewtwo King and resetting the bracket. I remember Plank screaming at Mewtwo King, just camp! Camp! You've camped every game of your whole life! Camp this guy! And try as he might, Mango found a way in.
Oh, Mewtwo King!
Oh, and he sides him!
He up airs!
Mango beats Mewtwo King!
Mango takes the big house 4 out of Mewtwo King's arms.
Let's go!
Yeah, Mango! Shake his hand, shake his hand.
I like still actually can't believe that Mango won Pound 3 over Mewtwo King from loser's bracket, bringing it all the way back. This is one of the first major tournaments I think that Mewtwo King was like the clear favorite, the god of the game. There was one god at that time, and someone beat him.
Dude, after we did Armada, I had to put this on. Dude, you won me so much money in side bets. How much you make? Like almost $20. So much, you broke Smashers, dude.
M2K seeming like he's trying to end the metagame, Mango just opened it back up. He was like, if you play like this, just play with reads, go for crazy stuff, then you can beat the person that's trying to turn the game into an optimized, perfect system.
So it was just like, wait, Brawl's coming out, but like what's going to happen to Mango versus Mewtwo King?
I remember leaving the venue, talking to HBK, who I desperately miss, and asking him, is Mango the best player in the world? I was like a truther, right? Where this did not happen.
I'm just like sick of it. I'm like, you know what? Like, let's go round 2.
He's like, this guy's a beast. He probably has the best Fox and Falco in the world. I'm like, wait, what?
Why are they so good?
They're Swedish.
Before I put down this stupid controller, I will get the best in the world.
He's Sweden's best. I'm just gonna take him out.
Armada's a shark.
Oh my god!
He said, drown him.
You get this whole persona and it's just gone. It's gone.
Wow!